go, my little friend. You can do it. Get him. Oh no, my friend. Welcome to Cobbleverse. Hardcore, permadeath, and SLOTLOCKE. The rules are simple. If I die, the run's over. If a Pokemon dies, it dies forever. It must be released. Finally, SLOTLOCKE. Pokemon fill out slots forever, so if they die, they cannot be refilled. The objective is to beat the Elite Four. Can we do it? Or will we fail miserably? Find out on Cobbleverse SLOTLOCKE. So we're going to start off by creating our world, and permadeath hardcore as explained. So let's jump in. So to start off, we're given the opportunity to select our starter. You can see we're able to pick pretty much any one you can think of, but I decided to stick to the classics. Cyndaquil. That was a good choice. You start to look around and you can see how incredible this resource pack looks. Makes the game look really cool. And then we find our first victim, a ladybug. So the battles are pretty much as you expect in a Pokemon game. You punch each other up to death over and over, and you level up, and that's how it goes. So there you go, Cyndaquil leveled up on that first fight. We can heal him up with some of the thorn berries, and repeat. So another victim. So you can see you get the menu as you do in pretty much any Pokemon game if you've ever played one. That's level 7. Not a bad start. But since this is Minecraft, I guess we've got to start with some punching off some wood. Punching off the trees. We'll grab a few logs to get us set up. Some of these pink apricons which you can use to make balls. And some other random stuff. And as we're travelling here, we're just going to continue killing some of these low level noobs and get the Cyndaquil leveled up. That's level 8. You can see that we're situated here on this little island surrounded by water, and you're given this map to show you where the first gym is, so we can see that we're having to move northeast in order to get to the gym. So we're just going to basically head towards the gym and collect some basic materials as we go. So get some stone tools, and grab some copper, some coal, some copper. And as we're mining down here, we run into a little cave. Ooh, spooky. But luckily, since this is Cobbleverse, it's peaceful mode, so there's no monsters. Although, I think some Pokemon may attack you, so gotta watch out for those. Nice Zubat in the cave as expected. Grab some of this iron here. Quite a lot in this cave. Once we've got some iron, that's pretty much all we need. So, I'm going to head up and continue towards the gym. And we find our first challenger. This trainer, funnily enough, looks so much like Ash. Is the first trainer, which is quite ironic, but yeah, he starts with a Corphish, which is quite scary. Water type, so this might be a little bit tough. Just can't believe how much he looks like Ash, it's so weird. But yeah, start off with some punching, some tackling of the Corphish. Luckily, I think the starters are usually stronger than the base Pokemon, so we should be okay. Well, that bubble's pretty dangerous. And yeah, decide that that's too dangerous for me, so I'm going to forfeit that. Ash can win this round. I'm going to go and do a little bit more training, so you can see we're fighting a Meowth here, but even these basic level 8 Meowths I cannot beat without healing, so luckily we spawned with some of these orange berries which allows to heal them up a little bit. So we're just going to spam those. Hopefully that'll get us to the end of the battle. You can see he's growling at me. So dangerous. We take that out, and that's level 10 now. So very quick progress. So we're going to smelt all this iron I collected earlier, grab some gear, which becomes important later on, because as I mentioned, it is still dangerous for the player, but hopefully that iron should keep us safe. So as we're heading towards this gym, you can see we've managed to reach it on the map, and luckily it spawns in this little town, so yeah, we're definitely going to stick around here for a little while. The buildings are really cool in this game, and yeah, this is a nice Pokemon Center with our great friend Nurse Joy, looking beautiful as ever. No, didn't think so. And yeah, down in Nurse Joy's basement, we're going to rob the shit out of her, as you do. Can you imagine a Pokemon game where you could just rob things? How much better that would be. Yeah, grab some potions, some antidotes, full restore there as well. Yeah, lots of achievements for robbing the local Pokemon Center. And yeah, there's a jukebox in the back with our favourite song. And if you've ever played this game, you know that this song is an absolute jam. And yeah, going to be a good soundtrack to us continuing to rob this Pokemon Center. Had to be done. Yeah, let that soundtrack play in the background whilst we rob the rest of this town. So head up to this little market, and you can just rob that as well. So why not? I found this little clearing area near the Pokemon Center, and I think we're going to make this our base. So pretty much full on crap right now. Most of it I have no idea what it does, so I'm just going to throw it on a chest and we can deal with it later. Jesus! Yeah, that would have been death. That would have been the end of the run if that had been death. So covered that up in case we run into it again. But here's the first gym, and Brock standing there in all his glory. But I don't want to go in here just now because I'm not sure if it's doable with a level 10 Cyndaquil. So let's do a little training montage as we kill off some of these little critters around. The level in the battles is fairly quick, but yeah, you definitely need some other additional help. And as you can see at night, Pokemon do become pretty aggressive, so that iron armor is going to be coming in clutch. Probably just try and stay out of the way at night. Make sure we sleep. Continue our training. Level 12 achieved. And we are finally, hopefully, going to beat our first trainer. So this was sort of interesting. Purtwig was perfect opponent for me. Able to take that out, and that's the first trainer battle win. You get some money, and usually they drop some random stuff, so the money is really good later on. So this little clearing decided to build up a very basic base. I'm not going to bore you with all the details because it's a terrible base. I'm not a very good builder, but essentially it is going to hold our bed so that we can, whenever we come back here, we can sleep through the night. But spawn's not going to matter because we can't die, so yeah, continue the training. I'm just walking around, and anything I see that looks like it can be defeated pretty easily, I will just smash it. That's level 14. Another thing I found is these medicinal leeks. So essentially these just grow in the water, and you grow them, they give you more after they've grown than when you plant them. And these are key for creating potions. So essentially you take the medicinal leeks and they use a campfire pot to create this medicinal brew, and then combine that with some sort of berry to get different types of potions. So we'll craft one of these pots up, which is some copper, some glass, and a red berry, I believe. A couple of red berries. So get that. Apricot, sorry. Get that built up. Because potions are probably going to be key because we don't want anything to be dying on us. So making sure we've got plenty of potions available is definitely going to be key. So all you do is you take a campfire, throw it down, throw a campfire pot on top, And that gives us a campfire pot. So essentially it works like a furnace but without any fuel. It's fueled by the campfire. So to make the medicinal brew, you put bottle and leaf, which we have some glass from earlier that we can use. So make up some bottles, throw that into the pot with the leeks, and I'll make some brew. So as you close the pot, you can see it cooks slowly. Give you the brew. So in our robbing thievery of the town, we see we've got a lot of berries. So this one in particular creates a super potion. So grab a bunch of those. I'm looking through to see if I've got any more that I can use to make more super potions, but I think that's all we had. And it's at this stage I realise that Cyndaquil, or whatever its evolved states are, probably not going to be very useful against rock or some rock type Pokemon, which is what I'm expecting them to have. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm trying not to Google anything, but I decided to go out and have a look, see if we can get a water Pokemon, and I noticed the gym out in the sea, which I'm assuming must be gym number 2, so we'll maybe go check that out a little bit later. But before that, I'm just going to have a look around for some water types. Generally in this water there's these little fish, but I'm looking for something a little bit more special, just to see what's around. There's a big kingler there, which is pretty cool, but yeah, it's like level 40 odd, so probably not going to be able to take that down low enough to catch it. So I think there's a limit as well. There seems to be like a level limit, I remember, on the trainer card, so potentially you need to beat the gyms before you can get a higher level Pokemon. Yeah, notice this little guy in the water. No idea what he is. Looks like he's having a whale of a time over there. I'm going to go have a closer look. It kind of looks like a Diglett. Like a big, long Diglett. But yeah, let's have a little closer look at him. He's only level 11, so level 19 Cyndaquil should be able to take him out. Oh, he's a Wiglet. Okay, that makes sense. A water Diglett. A Wiglet. Genius. Absolute genius. But yeah, I don't think a Diglett slash, I guess, the trio, Bug Trio, whatever the fuck it's called when you evolve it, probably not strong enough for this route. And unfortunately, when you're in the water in a battle, you just sink into the water, so you have to sort of try and jump, so that didn't seem like very much fun, so I skip by him. Continue your search. And then we see this little guy. Now, Magikarp into Gyarados was probably one of my favourite things to do in the games back in the day. You would take a Magikarp, you would throw him out first, and then you would switch him, give him the XP. So I think I'm going to try and do that, maybe. Or I think we did find an EXP share, so I'm thinking Gyarados might be a good addition to the team. Water flying, and he's pretty strong. I think he can learn some dragon moves as well, so decide that he's the guy for me. So use some of these dive balls, which give it a 90% chance to capture, so that should be pretty easy. And there we go, our new friend, little level 17 Magikarp. So I think Gyarados, Magikarp evolves into Gyarados at level 20-ish, so not long, and we'll have a nice big Gyarados in our team, which will be cool. There's the stats for anyone who cares. Never really got into the IV, EV things. Usually just got the strongest moves and punched the other Pokemon as hard as possible to win. Yeah, you can see we've got this EXP share, so I'm going to throw that in a Magikarp, but in the meantime, you notice their Cyndaquil is evolvable, so let's throw this EXP share on Magikarp first of all. So anytime Cyndaquil gets some experience, Magikarp will also get some. And I'm going to give Cyndaquil this berry juice as well, whilst we're here. So this, essentially, if he drops below 50 health, he will use that and heal up a little bit, so that was good. And we can evolve into Quilava. So that is our first evolution. Level 19. We should be a little bit stronger now, which is good. Yeah, back to the training montage. Get Magikarp some more XP, see if we can get him leveled up. I'm thinking we get Magikarp to evolve into Gyarados, and that should be good enough to beat Brock. So that's the plan. So whilst I was looting around, I got these EXP candies, which are essentially, as they say on a tin, they give Pokemon experience. So level 19. So back to killing things. I found this Butterfree, so the evolved Pokemon give you more XP, so that was definitely a no-brainer to go and kill. Still one more level for Magikarp, so we'll kill this bee as well. And that should be enough. There we go, level 20. And we can evolve him. And let's have a little look at him. Oh, he's a beautiful boy. He's a big boy. Yeah, this guy should take on Brock. So, but first of all, you can ride them, which is pretty cool. Not sure Gyarados is the best thing to ride on the grass, but yeah. I think possibly in the water it'll be like Surf, so we'll be able to ride them and they'll be very quick in the water, so that's all cool. We'll give him a little try out on this poor sheep, poor level 2 sheep. But you'll notice that it does not have any water moves, which is a big problem. So I'm thinking, do we try and level him up a bit, see if he gets any more water moves? But you can craft TMs in this game. So mainly they need this water gem and then they need some sort of disc. So the higher tiered disc, the better the move. And you make the discs from blaze powder. And I have no idea where you get blaze from. I'm assuming you must be a drop from some sort of Pokemon, maybe a fire type, but yeah, I don't know where to get these smithing templates for the more powerful ones. So we are on the hunt for a water gem so that we can get basic water move. So I think even a low level water move in Gyarados should be enough. So that's the plan. We're going to head out, do a little bit of exploration, and we're going to check out this gym first. So this gym in the middle of the water, I'm assuming must be the water gym, Misty. But yeah, look how cool he looks in the water. He's very fast as well. And I'm just chilling out on his head. He's wearing me as a hat, which is pretty funny. Yeah, he zooms right across the water. So have a little peek in here. Yeah, it looks like water. Looks like a pool. And you can kind of peek in and see it's misty. So probably number 2 gym. So it'll be rock type and then water type. So we're going to need to think about that later. But for now, I'm going to gotta go find a water gem somewhere. So I'm going to take advantage of Gyarados' speed in the water and go check out, see what's around the perimeter of the ocean. And you can see it come across this little tower thing. So we're going to go check that out. There's also another gym, which is a bit weird. But I guess you can get multiple of the same gym. So that's the same one as it's another Brock gym. So I'm assuming that you can just have multiple that spawn. Yeah, in this tower there's some coins, which are relic coins, which I have no idea what these do. I guess we'll find out later. But yeah, also up here. Yeah, relic coins you can use to make TMs, I guess, but they're also used for Pokénavs, so who knows. Might be useful. Yeah, there's also a chest, so let's have a look at what's in there. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's a Pokemon! What the hell? But yeah, I've no idea what this guy is. I don't think I've played the game where he comes from. But he's called a Gimago, and he is a ghost type, which is pretty cool. And yeah, thought I'd have a little Google, and apparently he evolves into a ghost steel type, which sounds really, really strong. So I decide, fuck it, let's add him to the team. Why not? At this point, I don't know how rare he is. I don't know if it's something that he can catch anywhere. So I decide that Ghost Steel looks really cool. Apparently, he evolves with money or something as well. So I didn't actually look at what Cobbleverse version does, but in the actual game, you evolve them with coins. So, oh, maybe the relic coins, so you can use those to level them up. So that might be handy. Maybe another quick level up. I'm thinking that the plan for this is to get Pokemon that can be easily evolved to sort of accelerate progress. So that's the plan. Hopefully he can be a good addition. And I found a Waystone at the top here and another chest, which thankfully this time is not a Pokemon. And this has a grass gem in it, so that gives me an idea of the fact that you can, and a steel gem, so you can get gems from these chests in the building. So definitely on the right track. We've got to do a bit of exploration and a bit of looting, see if we can find a water gem to make the water move for Gyarados so that we can beat Brock. That's the chain of the plan right now. But I thought I'd have a peek in here as well. See if it is the same. As you can see, there is some loot. Don't want to chance the fact that if you go in, you might need to battle him. So I'm going to leave him for now. Continue explanation. Found another little town. So went ahead and looted this as well, which I won't bore you with. And then I thought I'd check out this lava, the broken portal thing in the north. So we'll have a look at that. And there's also a chest here too. So this time it's an ordinary chest though. No worry of a Pokemon jumping out. And ice red seal, what the hell is that? No idea. Stick it in the bag. Stick everything in the bag. But I also found this XL XP candy, which is insane. It's like 30,000 XP, which is like nuts. A lot more than what they are just now, so that might come in handy. After finding these XP things, I was starting to think that potentially that's the way of leveling, because the battles take ages and the trainers seem really strong, so it might be better to go around and just loot them. I think you can make them as well, so that might be the plan. But yeah, another one of these towers, more XP, more coins, always good. Throw that in the bag. And another one. So that there seems to be quite a lot of them, which means we've got a good source of coins, and we found a water gem. So we can make that water move that we've been trying to do, which is cool. We'll go make that. Decide to throw these relic coins because I'm not sure how you use them yet, so I'll throw them in a chest and deal with that later. Don't need to worry about the ghost steel guy and Gimmighoul just now. Just want to beat this first gym, so. Water clamp seems to be the only one we can make currently, which is a 35 power water move, which is pretty low. All you do is buy copper to make the copper disc, water gem, and then this tooth thing that I found. That makes clamp, so we'll give that to Gyarados. We should be able to go and fight Brock. I think that should be enough to fight him, but wait, what? Can't learn it. It's a fucking water move. Why can't I learn clamp? Oh, for fuck's sake. So I spent all that time, and then I found the water gem, and I can't even give it to Gyarados, so yeah. It's a drawing board, I guess. So I'm thinking it's probably easier to just get a different Pokemon. So we have the water gym coming up, and we have the rock gym. So why not get a grass type? So Pansage, I've seen just to the south. I think I've used them before in previous games. You can evolve them with a leaf stone, which is why I grabbed them, because it means that you can make them strong pretty quickly. So we're going to go see if we can get a leaf stone, see if we can evolve him, and you can see he does have a grass type move, which is very useful, that your type actually has a move of what its type is. I don't know why Gyarados doesn't evolve and get a water type move. I had a look in my chest. I don't have a leaf stone, unfortunately, so we are going to need to go and search for one of those. And I had this little guy in the ground that you can make sell things, and I thought maybe it would sell stones, but it doesn't. But it does sell a store card, which allows you to go and find a department store, which I'm assuming is like a big store like you have in the games that sells absolutely everything. So I think that's the plan. Going to go see if we can make some money, see if we can get a store card, and then go and grab a leaf stone so that we can evolve Pansage, so that we can beat Brock, which is again another big chain of events. So we find a couple of trainers to get some money. We're really close to dying, and she sends out a level 23 Kadabra. What the fuck? Trainers are so strong for some reason. I don't understand. But I decided to chance it. I think Gyarados can take him on. He hits me with a King Psybeam. 40% damage. So Bite is super effective. So do I chance it? If he hits me with a crit, Gyarados is dead. But Bite might be able to one-shot. I decide to forfeit. Gotta beat these trainers if we want to make some money. If I can't beat a trainer, I can't beat the gym leader, so 40% damage. Gyarados should survive one more if we don't kill him, or if he goes first. Or do we just not chance it? Fuck it, let's go for it. Oh, 4 HP left. Ooh, he did hit me with a crit, and luckily it wasn't enough, and then Bite took him out. You can see I was very happy about that. The run doesn't end, or at least become much more difficult this early on. So yeah, you can see I took that victory in gracefully. So got Pansage. We'll switch over the EXP to Pansage, get him some levels. And then as I was fighting some more trainers, I decided that Gyarados would probably do a better job. And then for some reason he now has Waterfall. What the fuck? And then, I mean, I was a bit surprised here, but then I realised, why am I such a fucking idiot? I should have just looked to see what he learns when he levels up. I would have saw that he learned Waterfall in one level. And I wouldn't have went and got this Pansage. But in hindsight, okay, Pansage might be useful later on. We now have a level 21 Gyarados with a Waterfall, which is pretty strong. So plan is now to just see if we can take on Brock with Gyarados. But then I thought, we don't really have much backup to Gyarados because Quilava can't be used and Chemical's really low, so maybe we should get Pansage leveled up, get him evolved, and then we have him as a backup. So I decided to continue with the original plan. I grabbed the store card, and then in order to get to the department store, you basically need to put it into this cartography table with a map. And then after a short amount of time, it eventually gives you a map to the store. Hello? Hello? Oh, there we go. Default large map. And then if I look at it, again it is to the northeast. So let's head there. And as I went there, this is where we got to. Another little town with big department store. Perfect. You can see that the map wasn't very useful. Basically found it before I even appeared on the map. But yeah, so in here, there's just a bunch of dudes and a bunch of free stuff. So yeah, so cool. I mean, I love how all the stores and houses in this game you can just rob for free with no consequences. Grass gem there, which I'm sure will come in handy later on, maybe. We could just loot this place. Yeah, each of these guys sell different things. So this guy sells potions and vitamins. This guy sells X items, which no one will ever use. This guy sells TMs, which is very useful, but they are very expensive. So keep that in mind. Then you've got some water TMs. That would have been useful to know later. But yeah, nowhere near enough money. This other guy sells Pokeballs, and this guy sells tech, which is Pokedexes, Pokefinders. I think there seems to be a lot more in this game than I expected. I thought it would be the usual 8 gym leaders and then the Elite 4, like the original game, but it seems like it's got all the other games in it. So this could end up being a fucking 8-hour video or multiple videos, depending on how long it takes. But for now, the aim is to beat the usual 8 gym leaders and then the Elite 4. We'll change the plan later on if that isn't possible. You can see these guys sell other things, evolving, things to evolve particular Pokemon, most of which I have never heard of in my life. A nice free Sky Tumblestone, whatever the fuck that is. Throw it in the bag. Safely extract a Tumblestone from suspicious sand. Sure. Yeah, you see this guy sells the evolution stones. So leaf stone is $10,000 or 10,000 credits. So that is the target. Got to make 10 grand. So I only know of one way currently to make money, which is to beat trainers. And you get about 500. Then I just did a little Google and I found out you can sell things to these guys, which is pretty cool. I don't really know what it is you can sell. It doesn't seem to be everything. There's only particular things. So I decided to go back to the base, grab what I can, what I've got, and see what we can sell. So none of this stuff you can sell. A revive you can sell, which is good because that's pretty useless to me. And emeralds sell for quite a lot. 3 grand for rose emeralds, so that's got to be the way. Another thing I think probably sell these coins. So we have quite a bunch just now, but I think that those relic coins are what you use to evolve this guy. But there's no information other than what I can Google, but I can't seem to find anything in the game showing you what. I don't want to be Googling everything. So I decide, fuck it. Let's go sell these coins and make enough to get a leaf stone. So 63 of them give you 3 grand, so that's pretty good. Before I go back and get a bit more, so we're only a 1,600 short. Decide to have a look in this this town, and I find this excellent basement in this house with lots of stuff to steal. So we can grab everything from this town and see what we can sell back to the shop, and hopefully that should be enough for the leaf stone. He's got lots of like held items and things which might be useful. It's probably worth getting all this sorted out once we beat maybe the first 2 gyms, because it might get more difficult and we might need to start using some of these held items more strategically. So you can sell potions as well, but you can't seem to sell any other held items. So it just seems to be healing, like revives and potions, the vitamins, and then the emeralds and coins seem to be the only things you can sell. So after selling that, got enough for leaf stone. You basically right click on Pokemon, and then comes evolvable, so you can evolve them into Simisage, which is pretty cool. We now have another evolution. This guy just has a big head. I like how the EXP shares like on the very top. It's very funny. With the rest of these coins, I decided that I was able to right click with the stone, so maybe I can right click with the coins, and indeed you can. So this is how you feed them the coins. I feed them the rest of them, and then I decide to delve further into the menus, and apparently in this little other section, and if you scroll to the right, you get a coin stash. So we've fed them 63 coins, 6% of the way there. So that is how you evolve Gimago. You feed them at 999 relic coins, and once you've done that, you can evolve them. So that's the plan. We'll keep an eye out for relic coins on our travels. Jesus, give me a fucking fright. This guy just appears. He wants a bit of me. Or a bit of Gyarados, maybe. Don't you dare come to my base. We'll just quickly take this guy out since he decided to interrupt our preparations. And then I think we should be ready to take on Brock. So I think the plan is to do them live. So we'll do the gym battles live so you can see the live reaction, live commentary. So let's switch to a live chat. Okay, let's do this. First gym leader, Brock. Hopefully rock type. Hoping Gyarados can sweep it. That would be pretty cool. I thought we would do these battles live so you can see the reaction. So I'm assuming I go talk to him. What is all this? This guy sells maps to all the other gyms, which is cool. That'll be useful. Some free shit. Thank you very much. Oh, you can heal here, that's pretty useful. Okay. Okay, it's just started to fight without me activating it. Okay, so we can use Gyarados at level 25. He's holding the quick claw, as you can see, in his mouth. So I'm level 25, he's level 16. I'm hoping I'll just have a nice little seat here and watch. Gyarados should do pretty well here. Let's just take this guy out and get on to the next gym. endured the hit. Okay, so he's got that thing that allows him to survive. Woo. Okay, we're a little bit low. Oh shit. Uh, 60. 74. I might just use a hyper potion. I am surprised they took that much damage. Fuck. Because he's a lion type. So he can take another rock slide, so let's hit him with a waterfall. Oh, you're joking. Oh no. He missed. Did I take damage from you? Do I play it safe? Give him a little heal. Ah, fuck. I might just one-shot him. You used it twice. What? I think wait, what? Okay. Why won't it let me heal him? Just gonna end up killing it. 28.6. Oh, I might die. Why? Why did it not let me use items? Do I forfeit here? Oh god. The run's under jeopardy already. I don't get why I can't use items. I can like push them around. So a rock slide was hitting me for 28. I was taking damage from the rock hat, which might kill me. Can Simisage take it? Right, let's try. Oh god. God, man. It's physical as well. We might go first. Oh, let's chance it. Yes! Oh, he's got one more. Okay. Yeah, critical. Can I heal now? No? What? Okay. That should take him out, yes. Okay. That was closer than I thought. Okay, so Misty's next. That was tough. I'm a bit worried that I couldn't heal constantly. Might make this a lot more difficult. But we did it, so well, what about that layer? Pretty nice. on to Misty next. Okay, so here we are at the second gym. Misty. We've got Summon Sage level 30, and we're just going to get automatically pulled into this fight. I don't even get to heal, which is not ideal. I'm thinking we put some leech seeds first. Do we get some healing going? What? Crit. Oh no. Okay, forfeit. We've lost our first slot. Where's the message? Oh god. Let's throw a waste down and give him his burial. No. Goodbye. So that is one slot locked. And I need to come up with a plan on how we beat Misty with this team. Probably going to need to go catch something else. Okay, I'll see you then. So that didn't quite go to plan, but decided to very quickly jump back on the horse. I found a Shinx, which is an electric type. Should hopefully do the job. I think it's pretty strong when it evolves, so we captured that. But as you can see, we've got 5 out of 6 slots left now, so we can't have any more than 5 Pokemon. We can't refill that slot. So I quickly use some EXP candy and get him leveled up to level 30 and get him evolved into Luxury. So let's join Live Jack again. Okay, we're back live again. We've got Luxury now, level 30. Got this move Electric Terrain, which might be useful. Allows you to power up electric moves for 3 turns, but a little bit worried that I tried that last time with Leech Seed and it didn't go well, so. Bit worried here. So we know that Horsey's got Blizzard. Do we just try and kill it? Let's just whack it. Okay. That went well. Psyduck. I think we just go attacking. Might be able to take up with these guys out with Luxury. Okay, I didn't use Blizzard. Nice, that was more like it. Oh, one left. Should be easy pickings. Okay, so I don't know whether Luxury is the best going forward, but it at least made Misty pretty easy, which was cool. Thank you. Tenant Surge next. So let's go do that. We can put the badge in, 2 badges down, 6 to go. We need to go find Lieutenant Surge. With a little bit of time in between that clip and this one, and I discovered in a little bit of Googling that Gyarados actually flies, which has been very useful earlier on when we were travelling to the store. But yeah, so we're probably going to get around from now on the back of Gyarados, which is pretty cool. The flying is quite difficult to get a hang of. Basically, it goes forward and then you can use the mouse to tilt the direction. It's, yeah, very awkward, but you can see it's riding along on his head. So the plan now is we want to fight. We know that Lieutenant Surge is the next gym. So the plan is to travel around and try and find his gym, so we know where it is. And on the travels, we'll collect coins so that we can get Gimmighoul evolved. And potentially the other thing to do is to find desert so we can get a ground type. There's a particular ground type I'm looking for, but First of all, on his travels, I found this cool building, which is apparently called an observatory. And unfortunately, the recording stopped on this, but I do find another one later on. But essentially, in here was a bunch of loot, including a Z crystal, which you can use to create these other types of, or particular types of Z crystals. I also found that pyramid, which had a bunch of emeralds in it, which was very useful. And also, that house, whatever you call it, was right nearby, which was pretty crazy. So this was the second observatory I found. So you can see all that was in there was a book that spoke about the ether or something, and then Z crystal, which we've now have 2 of, which we might use in the future. You can see it took me a while, but I eventually did find a desert. And I went underground to find this little guy, which is the ground type I want to use, Trapinch. He falls into Flygon, which is quite a strong ground dragon type. So I use up all the EXP candies I've got. I also found this, I can't remember what you call it. And in here I was able to get some more EXP candies to get Trapinch leveled up to level 38. And I used the last one on Quilava to get him to level 31. So I think these two, hopefully, you can see able to evolve Trapinch into Vibrava as well. The plan is that Vibrava, the ground and dragon type, I think he's just ground type actually just now. And if we level Quilava up as well, hopefully that should be enough for Lieutenant Surge. And Luxury can maybe do a bit, because I think, again, Gimago and Gyarados are not going to be great, but I'm going to, on my travels, find a bunch of coins. We're going to see if we can get Gimago evolved as well. Potentially he could be useful in the fight as well. So you can see, once we gave him enough coins, enough of those relic coins, coin stash is now 999, we can evolve him into Goldengo, who is a very beautiful boy. You can see he's got a bit of attitude, nice cool belt, some cool dreadlock hair, and yeah, we also got a bunch of emeralds and a bunch of stuff to sell, and the plan is potentially to see if we can get some better TMs for the other guys, maybe Earthquake or some ground, but we're not able to find Lieutenant Surge, so I decided that probably better to create the medal and then use these map makers to create the map so that we can locate him. So we can at least get a waypoint down. So following the map, which took us quite a far distance, see minus 7,000 blocks. And we did eventually find his gym. His gym spawns in a savanna biome, so it's like very particular. You see there he is, the buff man himself. Doesn't seem to be any shops or anything in here. I don't want to fight him yet. I want to see if we can get Vibrava leveled up, Quilava leveled up, and Goldengo as well, and then maybe some better moves. So when I returned, I thought I would show this off. I found this cool guy, who I had no idea who he was. Maybe you guys do. Herakion, who is a level 70. And a quick Google tells me he's apparently a legendary, so I'm not sure how rare he is. It's ground fighting. He looks terrifying. We'll definitely run away from that. But we don't have enough spots left anyway, so we couldn't catch him. It was this point I decided to go and try and fight some trainers to get some levels, but the trainers are so difficult, could not any of them. You can see I'm fighting this guy with a Golbat. They're just big, it's not going to do anything. They were switching out on me, it was just so difficult. And at this point, you can see I almost killed myself. Yeah, I think I had something in my eye and I decided to run into lava, which was not the smartest thing I've ever done. But luckily in this peaceful mode you don't seem to take damage from fire. I think if I got stuck in the lava it would have been a lot worse. But luckily escaped, which was good. Another thing I wanted to do before we fought him was see if we could get this Z-ring thing running, because we had these Z gems that we found for the observatory. And I did again do a quick Google, and I only had enough gems to make the fire one. Apparently what you do is you give him the fire Z crystal thing, and oh yeah, he can evolve as well. Nice. Level 36. Quilava finally evolved into Typhlosion. It's very cool. So yeah, that's definitely going to help in the fight. But yeah, so the Z ring thing, or the Z moves, I remember briefly from games, essentially make certain moves stronger. So you give the Pokemon a Z, the Fire, Z, Crystal, and then you have a Z ring, and you can use a Z move once per battle, and it's really strong. So in order to get the Z ring, you have to go to an archaeologist place, which is where I went. You use the brush on the sand. You get a crystal, you make the ring, you put the ring on, and then you get this little thing in the bottom left, the Z move, which allows you to use, in this case, Infernal Overdrive once in a battle, which apparently is stronger if it places a stronger move. So yeah, basically it's a very strong fire move. You can see we totally obliterate this little fucking cat. So that hopefully again will stand us in good stead in the next gym. And yeah, before we do that though, we've got a bit more leveling to do. So this gym leader is, or this trainer's sitting quite nicely in that one center, so I could try and fight her, but yeah, she just seems to want, she's switching out on my Z move. How dare she? This Tentacruel is very scary, he's level 37. Tentacruel is quite a strong Pokemon. Water poison, he's not weak to much. But luckily our Vibrava's level 38, but he is ground type. And Luxury is electric, but he's poison, so he doesn't get attacked. And Goldengo has a psychic move, which is really strong, so you can use that to take this out. This should be no problem. 41% bubble beams, pretty crazy. Okay, I'll try a Try Shock anyway. Okay, not a bubble beam. Oh, fuck! Yeah. That's not good. Fucking Tentacruel. Crit hit again. So that was a Blizzard crit. Killed Pansage. Now a Bubble Beam crit. Killed Goldengo. That's so fucking unlucky. That is another slot going there. So that is 4 out of 6 left. So can we do this with 4 Pokemon? I'm not so sure. But all that time spent gold gathering. Goodbye, Goldengo. It was nice knowing you. I don't even think he got to use a move. He just got killed instantly. You can see that I was a bit raging at this point and decided to try and take my anger out on this annoying trainer. But you can see anytime I used a fire move, she would switch out. And I didn't have a fire move, she wouldn't switch out. So it was a little bit cheating. That was making me very angry. So much so that I think what follows was a little bit... I lost my head a little, you can see. So I decided, I've got level 38 Vibrava. That'll do great against Tentacruel. Oh shit, he has water moves. What an idiot. So yeah, I don't know. So basically what happened there was when I put Vibrava out rather than swapping, she used a water move. But when I used a fire move, she switched. So the game obviously knows what you use. So for some reason at this point, I decided not to forfeit and decided to try. I saw that Dig was effective, so I decided to try and use Dig, and that didn't go very well. It had Ice Beam. Tentacruel had Ice Beam. And yeah, that is all that time spent on Vibrava wasted. There's 3 slots left. And at this point, it's just a total head loss. I was so angry at this fucking trainer. I could not beat her with any of my Pokemon, so I decided to take it into my own hands and murder her. As you should. She cost me this run, pretty much. And as the rules say, Vibrava must be released. Goodbye. And with that, we have 3 slots remaining, 3 Pokemon left. We can't switch them out for anything else. And the next obstacle is Lieutenant Surge, so let's just give it a go, shall we? Let's switch to live and see how it ends. Hello, I'm back. What a fucking disaster. So this is what we've got left. I think the run might be over. So what I thought we'd do is we would take Typhlosion with Z-Ring. and the Z move, and we see what we can do with against Lieutenant Surge. And if it goes tits up, then we go run number 2. But yeah, that was a lot of prep. All the coins, running around trying to find the desert, and then that one fucking trainer. That one fucking tentacle killed them both. Oh god. Okay. Well, a lot of time spent. Time to end this. The thing is, these trainers are so much stronger. He's only level 35. Let's just go for it. Z move. If I don't survive. So yeah, I think if we can do this, then we continue. But we go to the death. That's going to be lower power because of so lower HP. Could swap out. Heal. Let's try. Just a bad damage. Don't die. Okay, I think it's such out now. To attack fusion. Come on, we can do this. Oh god. Oh no. I don't have any. It's all going wrong. No. It's all gone wrong. Crunch. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Oh, Gyarados, no. Goodbye, Luxury. Goodbye, Gyarados. Goodbye. Oh, you can't. You can't get rid of him. Well, I know what it's time for. Yeah, that was run number 1. Didn't go to platinum. I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry. It's over. Well, that went well. Can't see anything. So that was Cobbleverse. I think a lot was learned for next time, and hopefully we can go all the way. Thanks for watching. See ya.